3, 2, 1.
Coin.
Price is higher.
Hi.
Coin price higher. Coin price higher.
I was going to throw my
No, I'm
Lando
loving
Calrissian in there.
Oh, man, I'm sure like 2 people definitely get that reference. I don't know who gets it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Hey man, well look, dude, you're probably the ETH maxi out of all of us on here. The most ETH aligned. How you feeling, Z?
Well, you know, I was waiting.
I know, both of you ETH maxis. What's going on here?
Look, I'm neutral. I'm Switzerland. Z, tell us.
I've been more the ETH maxi, I would say. I wouldn't call myself a maxi in anything, but I definitely use ETH more as my stable. That's usually where I park my my goods, my winnings, my whatever I can take out of these markets. That's kind of the home base. You know, it's gotten shit on quite a bit on the NFT side and all over the markets as these other more fashionable chains start to, you know, pump here and there. People complaining, ETH is lagging, all ETH is holding the alts back, but you know, it's just in due time, right? Crypto.
Well, guys, Z
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah. So he
Isn't that
is
the phrase?
gaming. He's the gaming maxi, and yeah. So just by the way, I thought let me just come in with a right hook and switch up the way we do the show here and just chat about this tweet. And you know, I gave you a like because I want you to get more followers. And please just tell us more about what was the thought process behind this post, especially after our Market Monday conversation.
Well, I thought that was what we're supposed to do, right? We had the mantra, right? Crypto gaming is untenable, or was it crypto gaming is you know, unintelligible, or what was it? Crypto gaming is what was that?
Admissible.
Something like that. Wasn't that right? Wasn't I right on with this?
Target pop. I mean, you know, hopefully we'll get it. But shout out to the ETH heads. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to get at. You guys are.
Yeah, we're on the way up, man. We're gonna make it.
Hope so, man. It's been a long ride. If we don't make it after all of this, wow, I'm gonna lose some faith in humanity, and I have already lost most of it.
Just to be clear, my father-in-law is still down on his ETH that I bought him in 2021. So, hats off to me.
Oh,
nice.
Is he father-in-law?
Well, Shumsy.
I mean,
father-in-law, you got married.
A few months out.
Ah. All right. So, in the name of father-in-law, let's do some TA. All right. So
let's get it.
Let's get turbo with it. Okay. Let me share my screen, and you guys can just nod your head as if you can hear me. So, all right, guys. You know, I'm not one to brag. I really am. But I longed Ethereum 2900. I called it live on Twitter. I think I called it like 4 days before I was going to do it also, so you had a bit of a breathing room there. You could have followed in my footsteps, but because I don't give you financial advice, obviously you didn't do it because you're such a great investor, right? But if you did, you'd be up about 32% right now on your spot bags, millions on your leveraged bags. So you're welcome. It's okay. But what are we looking at for now? Okay, jokes aside, on the daily, we have been pumping pretty aggressively off of the ETF narrative that we're going to discuss later in the video. But this daily order block that has not been tested yet is where we're approaching right now. I would say also around the psychological 4,000 zone on Ethereum. Any chop around here, you know, a little low volume pump going into 4,000, I would look to fade it to at least 3,600s. Over there, which we can then maybe create some sort of a higher low and then look to pump again if should the trades line themselves. And again, these are trades, these are not spot bags. If you're trying to buy spot bags, you should have been buying them while we were still screaming at you to do so for millennia. Okay. Where's the chart again? Right. So Ethereum is pretty much, you know, a simple play. Gives you a pullback, you play the long. gives you a pump into the daily order block, and you see a low volume pump, you take the short. Stops most likely at the highs. Give it some breathing room. If you don't know where to place your stop losses, by the way, I've got a trading series on my Twitter. Just shilling that real quick. There's a video about stop losses. There's a video about emotional analysis. I've got plenty more videos coming. So if you need some help, there you go. Onto the big boss, which hasn't really been the guy pumping us up. It's more so been the Ethereum ETF narrative. Short-term rejection off of the 72K area. And again, so now I don't know if this video is going to make it in time for you guys to see this, but we're currently holding this 69.5K area. I would say if you flip 70K and go back up, then I would be max longing with, again, easy stops below the lows and trade it all the way up. So BTC plan is pretty simple. Otherwise, if you see a pullback to about 67K, wait for an SR flip again, and then go trade to the upside. Or otherwise, if you're bearish, then trade to the downside. There's a lot of room on both ends, so you have to pick your battles and understand what. Sorry, this is my trade from yesterday. What your discretionary edge says based on the data that you've collected. And Solana is pretty interesting. You know, people were hating on Ethereum, thinking that Ethereum isn't going to pump ever, and Solana is the new main thing. Market usually moves from a place of comfort to a place of discomfort. I guess that's also why Ethereum pumped quite a lot, and Solana hasn't seen that vertical jump yet, but it's coming. So yeah, similar plan on Solana, back down to 170, and I'm taking this long. Otherwise, if you go back down and you roll over, there's somewhat of a head and shoulders. I'm not really a patterns guy, but something like this, I'll be very wary of it. So yeah, simple trading plans. I know, but we just got a lot more deeper analysis coming onto the chart, so I'm just going to pass it over to him and see what you got.
Hey, nah, I like that game plan. I mean, you nailed the ETH trade. You absolutely nailed the ETH trade. And I mean, since we're flexing, you know, I'll definitely shout out. Look at this, baby. Oh yeah, I was trying to farm Zeta markets, baby, and I opened up an ETH long at $2,000. I think it was $25 ETH long. And look at this thing, it's absolutely printing. I mean, come on, guys. Where, you know, endless shrimp at Red Lobster on me.
Hey man,
but to get
466% is no joke. So
to get a little bit more serious, not too much serious. So earlier, I wrote a newsletter. I wrote a little bit of article on my newsletter here. I was feeling like, you know, I needed to get back into writing something. I didn't really have much to say, but I just wanted to kind of give a overall of what maybe people should be thinking about, like looking ahead, right? So I'm gonna skim through this really quick. I'll make it brief for everybody. So if you guys don't know, obviously total, it's one of the charts you should be following, right? It's the total crypto market cap. It's always been said all along that we're hoping that the total crypto market cap reaches that of gold. Gold's current market cap is 16.2 trillion, while cryptocurrency is only 2.5 trillion. So, you know, we're looking to get in between 8, so about half, at least close to half of this 16 trillion, $8 to $10 trillion on this bull run. All right, now this is the monthly chart here. This is the monthly chart of the total crypto market cap, all the cryptos combined. You can see, obviously, you know, 2014, here we got started the kickoff. We had this peak at the end of 2017. Obviously, the first top 2021, and then the double top in the end of 2021, been down only since. So we just broke this. So right down here in, so this was September of 2022, where we put in the ultimate lows, and then going into September of 2023, when we started to actually climb up. So you can see we broke a key resistance. I'm a big Fib guy. So if you guys don't know, on the left-hand side pane, you can just click the Fibonacci retracement. You go from the high down to the low, right? So from this high down to the low, it'll give you your first resistance area. The strong one is 618. If you flip that 618, there's a high chance that you go to the 1618, right? So those are, for me personally, I know there's a lot of things out there, a lot of different things people do. This just happened to work for me. It's what I feel comfortable using. So when you flip that 618 area, you know, a simple RS flip, now that is support. We've held that support. Again, this is a monthly time frame. So there's a high likelihood we're going to see $4.3 trillion as a total crypto market cap coming, you know, I would say rather soon. I think before the end of the year. Once we hit that first target at 4.3, we'll see if we can keep going up to the higher targets, ultimately trying to get up to that 10 trillion. So that's something I wanted to point out because, it shouldn't be taken too lightly. This is a monthly chart. It flipped the 618 on a monthly. It held it as support on a monthly. So very likely that we move up to the 1618 there again, $4 trillion, which is good again for all of our alt bags.
Real quick,
Yes, sir.
Real quick,
yes, sir.
Based on this chart, are you taking into account the fact that institutions are stepping in, or are you just purely looking at this from a technical perspective?
Well, so the first thing is technical, right? Because it's like, all right, what do the charts say? Like they always say, it's always in the charts, right? And so when the crazy target, the crazy high side target is, the 4618. So that's 4 extensions above that's 4 fib levels above the 618. The 618 is called the golden ratio. Everybody go out there, go on YouTube, look up golden ratios. So the 618 is kind of that main level. So then you got the 1618, right? So that's 1 times the 618, 2 times 618, 3 times 618, 4 times 618. And so 4618 is like the max extension you're usually going to get on one like big move. And so that's why you have the circle up here, 10 trillion again, in between 8 and 10 trillion. The 8 trillion is 3618, 10 trillion is 4618. So the target's already kind of set there. And now I come with that back end thesis of, well, we have institutions buying, we have Coinbase making it easier than ever just to go on an app and buy shit coins. We got this, we got that. It's now political darling if you're going to come out and support crypto. So yeah, it's an election year, right? So all these things, as I kind of mentioned in the article here, I talk about being euphoric and all the different things that combine to get us to kind of that level. So yeah, great question. So personally, I don't hold or use ETH all that much. It's just, it's kind of where I'm at in my the way my crypto account's set up. I don't use ETH too much, but I'm definitely happy that ETH is popping out because we all know how do the altcoins run? They run Bitcoin runs, ETH runs, the majors run, and then our lower cap gems run. So we've had the Bitcoin run. Let's see this ETH run. Let's see what some of our altcoins really pump up. There's another chart on here that I didn't get to put on, but I'll show you after this called Total 3 and others. But before I get ahead of myself, this is the ETH Bitcoin chart. So it consolidated, pretty much went down only for almost 2 years straight, more than 2 years straight. So we saw a wick down below here. It hit the 2021 high. So it got down to a level not seen since 2021. Hopefully this put in a bottom. It's with ETH pumping back up against Bitcoin. That's about a 40% increase to get back to, again, that 618, which is where you're going to see either, that's where the battle really happens. So from this point up to that 618 level, which is about, I think, 0.07. So Bitcoin, ETH Bitcoin right now is 0.05. Look for it to get back up to 0.07. Once that happens, now you're going to kind of start asking yourself, what do I need to do? But to me, according to, this total crypto market cap chart, which shows that upside is 4 trillion, according to ETH Bitcoin looking like it could be bottom, signaling alts could really run, I think this would be wise to really be paying attention to as we move forward and keep going. And then the last one I want to show is, I got to stop just to start again, so I apologize about that. But let me go over here and share with you one more time. We're going to share a screen here, and we're going to go ahead and share a window. Boom.
Yeah, ETH BTC looks like it baited a lot of people to the downside. Let's see if it can actually continue with the momentum. Hopefully it can.
Yeah, and I mean, like I have a watch list that I always kind of keep handy here, which is just different things compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Sol Bitcoin, we've seen it here previously. This is Sol ETH. Sol ETH was looking absolutely great. This is on a monthly time frame. And then we got the, try to break out, got rejected, try to break out, got rejected. We'll see how this month closes, 9 days left. But what I really wanted to show on these, this is the wrong thing I'm looking at, is, so others. So if we look at this others, these are altcoins. So others are all the cryptos out there, excluding the top 10 by market cap. So, every other crypto besides the top 10 by market cap. If you can see, we've been putting in higher highs, higher lows. Obviously, we've been on an uptrend. Again, this is on a monthly time frame. So remember, monthly time frames are going to give you much stronger signals than, an hourly, a 4-hour, a daily. Weekly and monthlies are really like, strong time frames. And so anyway, I said all that to say, we put in this high, we just put in this low, we're bouncing off 11%. We still got, what does this move give us? About 35% for all the other, remember, this is the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10. So excluding the top 10 market cap, the others chart has been making higher lows consistently. Higher highs and higher lows consistently. And it shows about 30% just to return to the mean, just to return to resistance. So we got a 30% move to the upside just to get to resistance. And then obviously, who knows what will happen at resistance. If we can break through it, oh my God, it goes crazy for alts. And if not, maybe not the best thing. So yeah, I just thought those are some cool charts. Those are super, something to be watching, right? If you're already, there's two scenarios for me that I'm seeing right now. People that are already in their coins and they're pretty hype and they're like, okay, like what do I do? Like when do I sell? Like what signs should I be looking for? Well, these are some of the signs you should be looking for, right? Once these altcoins are starting extending these moves and playing out these moves, maybe you should be starting to take some profit as we're going into those resistance areas. And if you are already, if you are sidelined without being in the game, this could give you an idea of like, hey, to me, it looks like there's still some room to run. I don't think it's quite too late. Find your favorite altcoin and probably get active to it. So, yeah, I know I normally don't take up that much time on the diatribe, but I thought that those were some interesting finds there.
Good stuff there. Any thoughts on any of that, Chauncey?
Yeah, I mean, from a risk perspective, because I know we spoke about this earlier, should that resistance level reject us? What do you think should be the immediate point of action for most people, or people that are trying to protect their bags?
Yeah, so it's like, in my opinion, right? So obviously everybody's situation is different, but like as you're pushing into those resistance areas, like you can skim off, especially if you're up, right? Like the worst mistake I used to make in 2021 is I would start entering way too close to those resistance levels, trying to buy a breakout. Buying breakouts are great when it works out, but like if you go to buy a breakout and freaking the next day it closes back underneath that resistance and now it's just trending down, you're pretty hurt. So if you can get into a spot now, and like I said, as that price is going up, you're scaling out 20%, 30% or whatever. Now you have that sitting over to the side. If that breakout happens, great, you can rebuy the retest, right? So breaks out, comes back, you rebuy that retest with that 20, 30% profit you have put to the side. If you go into that and it just rejects straight down, at least you have that 30% to the side. And again, it's just about higher highs and higher lows. If you see higher highs and higher lows, and just go on YouTube if you don't know what that means. The trend is your friend. So you should still be thinking we're going to the upside. As soon as that trend reverses and you start seeing lower highs and lower lows, like, yeah, it's definitely time to get out of there, especially if, those lower lows coincide with also closing under those resistance levels. It's like, yeah, probably got to go. So I would say to anybody out there, if you're into the market, this just works for me, right? Go find what works for you, but you take the last high, you bring it down to the local low on your Fibonacci retracement. You mark off the 618. That is a level that there will be some pressure down, some pressure to hold you down. If you can break above that, again, going back to that total crypto market cap, which again on the monthly is why I think it's so important. It broke above that fib level on the monthly time frame, closed above it not only 1 month, closed above it 2 months, and right now it's well above it. So most likely going to be closing a month above it 3 months in a row. Likely leads to much higher upside. So, just don't ignore the signals. Don't feel like you're too late. Don't get frozen in place. Be like, oh, I already missed the move. There's plenty of stuff out there that I think, even if you don't get the 5X, you can still get the 2X, and that's better than a no X.
I like that.
Yeah, good to learn these things. Otherwise, just keep watching us. We'll tell you what to do. Shamsi, what about this ETF? Anything you wanna go deep into that? That was the big news this week about ETH ETF. People were doubting it was even going to happen, and then all of a sudden, all the projections are that it's well on the way, and we see this big this pump to start the week, right? While we were in our Market Monday session there. You got any insider knowledge here? Been talking to the congressman or anything?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've
you know what?
I've been chatting to Nancy Pelosi, and she seems bullish. So if that's a sign, we know what to do. No, but the ETF. Look, I've got mixed feelings about the ETF. You guys know I like to be, excuse my French, an asshole. I like to go against the grain. I'm a mean reversion trader. I don't go with the momentum. That's how that's just the way I am, because that's just what the market rewards. So the reason why Ethereum pumped so much recently is because the chances of approval pumped from about 25% to 75%. How do they calculate that? Nobody knows, but it sounds good, so let's pump our bags, coin price higher. But now there's a lot of companies that are filing for an ETF, so the approval rate has effectively gone up quite high. What I'm seeing, though, similar to what the Bitcoin ETF approval did, was short-term hype building up to the ETF really gets us into a point of extension. The ETF itself is a short-term sell-the-news event. And then after that, we pump for real after catching out all the late longs. So I think a lot of people are going to make this mistake of buying right here. So this guy Hustling on Twitter, he basically posted something pretty accurate, I would say. Where I would say somewhere, let me open this, where I think we are somewhere here right now, and a lot of people are buying way late into the hype. The time to buy into the Ethereum ETF hype was at 2,900. Hate to say that to you guys, but that's what it was, and we're gonna say the same thing about Solana. The place to buy the Solana ETF hype was at 200, and people are gonna think, let me rather buy it at 400. But anyway, so I think just a short-term pump into the ETF news, which I believe is out on Thursday, which is the final decision, might or might not be out already while you're watching this. Short-term pullback, and then I think we pump up for real. So I'm very cautious on what's happening, but the tick is already on the DTCC, FanX ETF has been listed. Ethereum has been accumulating for a long time, like Immortal said. So technically things are looking good, but short term, I'm prepared for some fuckery because that's what this market does.
This video is sponsored by Virtue Poker, which is your all-in-one destination for creating poker games, organizing tournaments, and connecting with friends. There's customizable features and the ability to form your own poker club. So it's the ultimate platform for enhancing your skills and playing with your community or outside it. Visit virtue.poker to get started instantly.
Well, I was just stoked, that Ezra Miller, aka Pac, sent me some ETH right around 2,900 so I could fix his truck, So now that's I got a good deal on that. So that's looking good. Hopefully he'll jump on the show with us one of these coming weeks. What about you, Bo? Would you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to say it, guys. I've been screaming about just the coin prices going higher. I've been beating the drum, and trust me, there's been times where I've questioned myself and been like, "Fuck, am I wrong here?" Like, oh my god, like I had a call option that hit 22K, and I was like, "Dude, I'm not selling this. It's and I bought it for $2,000, and it hit 22K." And I was like, oh my god, and I haven't hit too many trades like that. I was pretty, like that's a lot for me. And I was like, dude, just stick to your thesis. At 22K came all the way down to 12K. And I was just like, obviously at the time you're just like, mother chicken. Wow. But it's climbing back up. I think it just got back up to like 18, right? And it's just on the way. And now all these more bullish, like I just keep getting more and more bullish. So even when I'm scared, it's like, hey, I got my plan. I keep reminding myself, you have your plan. So yeah, I just get more and more excited. I've only been bullish. I actually got a little nervous. I got influenced into shorting, and I haven't shorted at all this entire run. I haven't taken like any shorts at all. And I just threw a little tiny sprinkle of a short out there, just a little something. I was like, all right, well, hey, if this is this little, dead cat bounce, at least I have a little something on it. Immediately got rammed and freaking, I didn't get liquidated. I had a stop loss. But like I immediately, like within like 6 hours, like immediately got stopped out pretty savagely too. So I was just like, why? And I tweeted right afterwards. I was like, you know what? It's just easier to be bullish. I'm already bullish. Why am I trying to short? I'm bullish. So yeah, guys, if you didn't know by now, I'm pretty bullish. I think coin price is going higher. So yeah, pretty excited, man. The Solana ETF though, that perked up my ears when Chomsky said that. I don't want to be like a coke boy right now, just because the Ethereum. I'm all cool with letting Ethereum, guys have their day in the sun. Like I'm not tripping about it at all. Like, dude, I bought Solana at $20, man. Like, awesome. Like, good go Ethereum, cool. But hey, if there is inklings of an ETF out there, I'm not too mad about that. Also bought Solana at $1.30 right now on this last dip. So got to stay bullish. You got to buy
Good
when you
shit.
feel like you actually want to throw up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's like
Getting
that's the time
comfortable
to do
with
it.
buying in an uncomfortable position is probably the best not financial advice that we can give you. And it took us a long time to implement it ourselves. Trust me. But Woodjan and I especially, we've chatted about this for hours about how you see a big pullback, 30, 40%. That's when you sell your coins. No, that's what we used to do. But we see a 30, 40% pullback. Everybody's running towards the hospital. We're running towards the market because we want to buy the blood. And that is why,
And
on days like today, we're up.
yeah, and honestly, like the thing is though, you actually have to do it. So this is the thing, right? Like everybody talks about like, oh, the red days, I'm gonna buy. Oh, can't wait for this pullback, I'm gonna buy. Like, oh, can't wait, 20% low, I'm gonna buy. But like you have to do it, because even when it pulled back right now to 58, I think we were on the show and I was saying, hey, I want to buy the sweep of the 60K lows. Like I want to buy that 58 to 57 sweep. Like I even said it on here, but like it's still hard to actually do. Like you got to force yourself to do it, because once the 58, 57 comes, you're like, oh, it's going to 52. Like, it's clear as day it's going to 52. Like, but you got to stick to your plan. And I mean, I've just been lucky enough to, like I haven't killed it, right? I'm still modest guy over here. But like I've been lucky enough to be doing well to where like I haven't really stressed like too much at all. So I don't know how this turned into like this diatribe about me and my portfolio, but whatever.
Yeah, I know it's kind of similar to like if fools are saying crypto gaming is untenable, and they're talking about it on Spaces like, geez, crypto gaming might be dead. I mean, it might be time to look at those crypto gaming coins. Everybody's getting nervous, feeling like they need to defend it. Just like that, man. Don't go with the herd.
Thing is, there's only one fool saying that crypto gaming might not actually be as great as you guys think, and there's a million fools that are saying that it's going to be the greatest thing. So usually it's the odd one out who's correct. But yeah,
I'm just having
scaring
fun,
me
man.
these days.
Good stuff. Well, it's always good to get some actionable alpha in the show here. Most of that has been on all these meme coins and all that action. Either you guys have anything you wanted to share on that level of like things people should be looking at that might not be at the forefront of the big headlines, like ETH ETF and Bitcoin price movement? What are we looking at?
I mean, I'll talk kind of like what I talked about on the Spaces, because I think that was like, solid advice and actionable alpha for people. So, okay, first things first here. Let me share this. Let me share this up for you guys. Window, boom. Okay, so you guys have known I've been bullish on Hammy. I don't think it's like a big secret now. I actually told people to buy it on the show before the big like 20x. So, whatever. All right, but it's not so much about that. I'm trying to show like what led me to like being excited about it. And so when we look at the price way back here before it was really doing anything, and there's one other one that's a really good example I'll show as well. We talked about this before, but I'm just going to try to beat a dead horse here because I feel like maybe not enough people do it. So all these new launches come out, right? And I join all the telegrams of the new launches, and I'm seeing what's going on with them. And usually the coin goes up really quick, it dies down, and that's it for that day. But I don't leave the Telegram. I stay in the Telegram chats. And every so often, I'll go back, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, and I'll just scroll through all these old Telegram chats, and I'll see, like, what communities are still being active. They're still talking. They're still, putting good content in the Telegram. They're creating new memes. They're working together. They're hanging out in the VC. There's teams that are at least trying to come up with ideas and concepts that might help push the community forward, right? And, like, Hammy was such a prime example of seeing this. Because I got into Hammy on day one, and you can see over here, this is 0.0015 is 150K. So it got up to about 150K, 200K. I believe it might be a million actually. Now you guys got me doing this. Okay, sorry about that. So we're going to go again. We're on the daily. So first things first, like this was the first day. It ran up to 1.8. It died out over the course of however many days, had another pop and died out. But this is the time where you want to be doing your investigation from like here over to here. So over that 2 week period, find out what's going on in the Telegram, see if people are hanging out, see the vibes, right? Once you know that's good, go to the chart, see how long it's been consolidating. You see the same thing happen here. Like this time, after you see these big run-ups, you want to go from here to here. And these are the times for that 2 weeks, that 3 weeks, you want to be hanging out in the Telegram, see what's going on. I was just doing that with Hammy, and I kept seeing like the bullishness in there. And the whole time, the price was ranging like anyway from down here, 200K up to like 500K. It was just ranging that time. Then it pumped up. Then it was from like 1.5 mil, like 1 million up to like 3 million. And boom, it was just ranging in between there. And that's when I like really doubled down. I started buying like right around this 2 million area. And then out of nowhere, woke up one day and it went from 2 million up to like 25 million, 50 million, just in what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, up to 70 million. So those are the type of plays. And like when you do that and you hang out in the Telegram, you get way more conviction. So like I actually had put in like, not a crazy amount, but more than I would normally put in. And that, so to have a winner like that on something that you go into with size, and I actually like the thesis of the meme, that's obviously going to play a part in the actual, if the meme is terrible, the meme is terrible. So those are some things I would definitely look for. There's another thing right here called, so let me grab this contract address, called holder scan. So holderscan.com. Oh, it's already actually in here. So you can throw in any token you want, and they have some of the more popular tokens. I don't know, Shams, you got a token that you like, a meme that you like? Pepe, okay. Pepe sounds good. We'll check out Pepe. All right, so Pepe, boom. And so you can see, like, right, so all the different holders. So Hammy has been on the decline, on the downside for holders. Change that to the daily. And let's see, for Pepe, oh, look at this. Just constant straight up growth, even on the little pullback from holders. And then if you click on in here, you can actually see a little bit of, I don't know. Oh, there it is. The distribution between the different holders. So the top holder holds a shit ton of Pepe, so be careful. But a lot of times the top holder obviously is like the dexes, so the 2 to 5, 2 to 10. So you can go through, see who the top holders are, see the different wallets over here. So yeah, you see Binance Exchange wallet is the 22% there, so don't need to freak out. But there are some individual wallets with high percentages. So all these different things can help you build a bullish thesis on getting into a meme, right? And so the more you know about it, the more comfortable you'll feel. The more you hang out the Telegram, the more vibe you'll get for the different people that are in there. So that's just something that's actionable that I think you can be doing right now to really see like what's going on. Even if you're not aping the memes right now, again, we showed those charts of like the total altcoins outside of the top 10 does have a lot of room to run, it looks like. So, there are going to be opportunities to make money. So yeah, just be aware of them.
100%. And
great stuff. A lot of go ahead. I was just saying a lot there to study, a lot there to be able to practice. Because I mean, it's one thing to just jump on and say, "Oh, tell me what to buy," but it's better to know where to go, how to do your research, and know what signs to look for, so that we can always be ahead of the game and not just trying to catch. Especially people are just like whatever, catching what the influencers are saying, because then you're just exit liquidity. So you need the knowledge, you need the know-how to really be able to be successful in this game.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, you just reminded me, Z-High, like that's one more thing that you can definitely do. Like if you are looking into these different memes, right? Like if you're on that holder scan and you go and you see that holder distribution and all these wallets here, like how bad do you want to make money? Right? Are you just talking about you want to make money? Are you just LARPing online like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get rich from crypto? Or are you like, yo, I'm actually trying to change my life? Because if you're actually trying to change your life, like this is what you would do. You would go to platforms like this. You would say, okay, like who is like, whoops, dang, I was just about to go ham on that diatribe there. Anyway, so like you see like, okay, what is this wallet address? Boom, I'm gonna copy that wallet address. I'm gonna go into SoulScan and I'm going to look up that wallet address and I'm gonna see what else does this wallet hold, right? When did this wallet buy Hammy? When is this wallet selling Hammy? What are these other tokens? When did they buy? What is their profit loss? What are the transfers that they've done recently on what tokens? Of course, you can't see it right now because this is over here. So, like, these are little things that you can do. And yeah, it might be kind of annoying. It might take a little bit of time. But if you consistently go through and you check, all right, I'm going to check the top 50 holders for all these top 50 meme coins. Where can I find similarities? Where can I find new wallets that are getting into new projects? All these alerts, like I have alerts set up. There's another thing called Ray, RA wallet scanner. Solana Ray. I'll find it for you guys. It's none of these things right here. Oh, wait, this is it. So the Solana Raybot wallet tracker, right? So if you go and you're on Holder Scan and you find a good wallet and you're like, okay, I really want to know what this wallet has onto it. And then you go on Telegram and you get Ray. And then inside of Ray, you set up Ray with the different wallets you want to track. Every time it does any type of transaction, it'll send it to you and it'll give you a heads up. These are all little things that you guys could be doing to like really try to give yourself a better edge. But most people are just like, tell me what to buy. And like, I get it. Like, I don't do this for every coin, right? Like, I understand, like, sometimes, like, it can be a lot. But depending on your situation, like, a lot of y'all say you want it, but, you're not out here really trying to get it. So I had to share that, man. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think that's super
great.
valuable.
Good stuff.
Also because a lot of people in this space have a lot of spare time. Like, they're out there shit posting. They're out, being the reply guy that nobody wants replying to their stuff. I feel like if you especially have time on your hands, then something like this can definitely benefit you. I do want to ask, because Zihai mentioned influencers, along the topic of TikTok, I believe it's going to play a big part in, bringing the mainstream culture into the meme coin world or even into the crypto world. And there's some TikTok narratives around Hammy. So keeping Hammy in mind, how do you think TikTok or other social media platforms might play a part in, pumping our bags?
I mean, I think that's one of the huge trends that's coming. Like, okay, guys, look at this. I don't know if you've seen this. Again, sorry for having to like go back and share my screen. But I just tweeted out this just a little bit earlier today when I seen it. So this is a video of how easy Coinbase has now made it to buy specific meme coins. So this is going to be Shark Cat, this example, but just imagine it was Hammy. Okay, so you have the meme coins. What takes a meme coin from 100K to 10 million? The community pushing it, grassroots vibes, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. Once it gets to that 10 million mark, what is really going to push it from 10 million up to that 100 million? People have to agree on the thesis. Whether the thesis is the dog has a hat, whether the thesis is it's Pepe the OG most meme, whether the thesis is, Shiba Inu, whatever the thesis is, people have to agree with it, right? Once people agree with that thesis, now you have a $10 million ball rolling downhill that turns into a $100 million ball rolling downhill. Once you cross the 100 million mark, people start thinking, okay, what is possible with this? How far can we take it? How funny can the meme actually get to? How funny can we meme the market cap of this? And this is how easy Coinbase is now making it for the normies to come in and buy our bags. Most people that are in America have used Coinbase before. That's what I have my family set up on. It's easy to use. So you can see right here, they just searched Shark. They're on Coinbase. They searched Shark. Imagine again, they searched Hammy. Right? They see Shark Cat pop up. They see the current price is trading at. It's down 12%, but it's trading at 7 cents. Boom, you hit play. I'm going to pause this. Okay, so now they clicked on Shark Cat. You get the actual, just like you would with any other crypto, whether it's Solana, Ethereum, whatever. Now, when you want to trade this, right, because it's not trading on Coinbase, but Coinbase wants people to use their wallet. And so once you click, and I'm going to rewind it here just a second. So once you go from, hey, I searched Shark Cat. This is Shark Cat's profile. You see right down at the bottom, SC is only available to trade on Coinbase Wallet. So you click open. You open the Coinbase. It asks you to confirm what you're doing. You're leaving Coinbase. You're going to go trade on your own wallet. You're now self-custodying trading, which is also awesome. Boom. It takes you out of there into the Coinbase Wallet that you already have downloaded. And it literally has the pair ready for you, Solana to Shark Cat. So I'm going to play this one more time just to show it's a real smooth, but boom, you search Shark, you click on the profile, one click, right to a DEX that you could trade right in wallet. Literally in less than 3 seconds. And now,
that's insane.
And Coinbase has been listing, Coinbase listed Bonk, Coinbase listed Whiff, Coinbase listed Pepe. So you guys realize how easy it is for people that are coming into this. And I'm sorry, Shamsi, your question was mainly around social media and how is that going to affect some of these meme coins moving forward. But with the combination of what's happening and making it the regulation from regulatory landscape, right, it becoming a political issue. And younger people already, like I told you guys before, they use FanDuel, they use DraftKings, they use these betting sites on their phones already. Solana shitcoins in general, to me, is pretty much the same exact thing. Now you have Coinbase making it this easy. It's not even confusing. Like in 2021, when I was trying to figure out, what DEX do I use? How to bridge to Phantom? Like, Andre Cronje is the next genius. I got to get to Phantom. Like, it was more challenging than this, right? And so things are just becoming easier and easier. And I'm a huge fan of some of the social media. I don't think every single social media trend is going to pop off, but I think the ones that are big winners will. And Hammy specifically has billions of views. This became a show for Hammy, but whatever. Hammy has billions of views on TikTok. It's like one of the most meme things on TikTok. And obviously we know how big TikTok is. So, that's just my thesis for all, not just specifically that token, but all around memes in general. I've been screaming about it now since October of last year. And everything that I keep seeing is just making it easier and easier for that thesis to be validated. So that's why I do have a few different bags of memes that are up a good amount that I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to let the ball roll and just keep sticking to my plan.
Man,
so buy some memes if you don't have any.
That's it, man. Dense stuff. It is coming. It's coming along, getting easier and easier, getting more well-known. So that's what we like to see. Right on, Chomsy, do we want to do anything on Nvidia, or are we gonna just move towards wrapping?
Yeah, I'll just mention it. I'll just mention it just for clout. So Ethereum ETF is on Thursday, which is probably when you guys are going to be watching this. If you're watching this, the Nvidia earnings are already out. There's news articles about this. AI tokens are set to explode after these earnings come out. We'll see what happens about that. But so far, desync is on the rise in the last 2 days. It's up about 45%. So if you did indeed say that you were going to buy the red and ended up buying the red, you're in profit. PAL is also running up slowly, up about 25%. So AI coins seem like they're recovering. I don't know if the Nvidia earnings report, which is out today, is going to be as much of a it's not going to be our one big savior, but it's definitely going to be an extra little push into that AI sphere. So, I just wanted to mention that. And I think AI is definitely a sector to look out for, perhaps even more promising than gaming. If you're just considering how each of those narratives stand next to one another, I think AI is a little bit more, the new shiny thing. So, just something to look out for.
I will say, let me just jump in there really quick. So on the last February 24th, the last earnings call for Nvidia, the 2 days before the earnings call, the price fell about 10%. And since the earning call, the price actually has risen 40%. And you guys know for stocks, that's quite a substantial amount. And if you actually just go and look at the date on February 24th, if you pull up the SPY on February 24th, and you kind of look at where that was trading, it was on a little bit of a pullback. Let me see, just make sure I have the right date. It had pulled back to about 491, and immediately the next day after the Nvidia earnings came out, SPY hit a new high of 524 and has pulled back and now at another new high of 531. So I wouldn't say it's a nothing burger. Nvidia earnings did lead a little bit of a market rally and push previously in February, so could be seeing the same here.
Nice. Well, hopefully we'll get this out in time for people to make some actionable calls here before that news comes along. And before we wrap up for this week, I always like to end on something that's more on either the mental health or, becoming more efficient with our energy, our attention and whatnot. I think, I talk often about assertiveness. When I get into mental health, respecting others, respecting yourself, being able to be clear, have your goals, know what you want, know what you feel, and be able to stay consistent with that. So one area that I've been noticing a lot that requires some discipline, some assertiveness is time management, right? That was even mentioned a couple times today in terms of like, if you really do want to make it, don't just sit around shit posting, get on here, do the actual research, really be doing stuff. And this is why we need to know what are our priorities and where we want to be putting our energy, because the world and as we have more responsibilities, as we have more people in our lives, we can start getting pulled in many different directions. Or if we just start scrolling on the internet, you get pulled into some other random black holes here and there. So we got to know what are our priorities. We got to know when we're going to put our time into those things and be able to be pretty disciplined with that structure so that we don't get sucked in. So all of a sudden, like whatever, you put a long in or you do some leverage trading and it's like, oh no, I got to go do this instead. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're screwed, right? We gotta be able to have that discipline. And, you know, some of our goals might have to do with self-care. It might have to do with working out and certain dietary or exercise goals. It might have to do with just, you know, crypto in our trading portfolio. Maybe our trading stuff is more secondary to some other business that we need to pay attention to. Like, just for example, you know, we haven't recorded this Degen Digest for a while because we've had a lot of things going on, right? But it was pretty important. I got my in-laws arriving today, right? But hey, I'm not at home. I'm not there to greet them. I'm down here recording Degen Digest. I'm going to be in the freaking doghouse, but I have my priorities, man, because we got to be here. We got to put out the content. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's all I'm saying. You got to be able to guard your time if we're really going to make it, all right? Because otherwise we're going to get pulled in all these different directions. So it's just something to think about. Most people need some kind of structure, just like we need the structure in terms of like, I know when I'm going to sell. I know when I'm going to buy, I know when I'm going to sell, so that I don't just like, oh, no, it's going to go another 10x. I can make it. No, I've already said I'm going to sell it this time. Same kind of thing. It's like, I have this time set aside. I'm going to put into studying or researching or trading, and you got to stick with that. I have this time set aside for working out, staying healthy, putting it out there. If we don't have that, you're probably going to flounder a bit more than you need to. So those are my reflections for the day, and I'm ready to roll the gong a little bit. What do you guys say? Hopefully we'll be back again next week. Give a like, give a subscribe, you know, follow these guys on Twitter because they are always dropping the goods. I'm just dropping nonsense, so don't follow me.
No, man,
you
get
gotta
Z
give
to
this guy a follow,
3K.
man.
You're going to get Z to 3K.
Z to 3. Z to 3. It's coming soon. Coming soon to X near you. In all seriousness, guys, make sure you tune in next week. We love you. You can be anywhere in the world. Put your here with me. Oh, that's a good one. This has been a good gong. Slow motion for me.
Yeah, he got a new
Slow motion for me.
steak thing. Hey, Metro Boomin needs to sample that shit.
Peace out.